Okay, go.
Welcome everybody to the town board work session of Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019. And let's see, first thing on our agenda, whoa, oh boy.
Oh, that's not a good way to start it.
That's a little bit. No, we don't need it, doesn't matter, it's not going anywhere.
You should.
Yeah, it's fine, thank you, it's fine. So, oh, it's only on the resolutions. Okay.
Okay, we won't use that.
You don't read them anyway.
So, exactly. So authorization to obtain bids for the treatment plant?
This is an annual contract that we go out for, so it's just authorization for us to just issue the bids again to see if there are prices out there.
Yep.
Okay, we'll be on for next time.
Yep.
Next is stop DWI contract with the police. This is, we receive funding to take and do stops throughout town, to keep our residents safe. Change order for EOQ. Is that actually in here, Lauren?
It should be.
Yep. Okay, so, this is,
Oh, we got this, good.
yeah. So this is the change order for the pizza station area. So if the board recalls, when we were trying to bring the pricing down of the original contract and we took certain sections out of certain areas
Right.
out of the contract, one of the things we did was we took out some of the betterments and then pizza station out.
Wasn't there pushback, my recollection, about allowing them to measure the issue at the pizza station? Am I fabricating that in my
Oh, sorry,
mind?
say one more time.
There was an issue about getting the measurements or us doing work there or having ELQ. Am I making this up? I thought there was an impediment.
I
thought
think
there was
what
an
we did is
impediment.
we allowed them to retain control of their own outdoor space instead of us taking it over.
Right, so
That was what, I think that's what it
Right,
was,
so-
we weren't
so-
Am I
upgrading it.
confusing?
No,
Yeah,
so
for one time.
there is work that needs to be done, including the installation of a sitting wall because there's a change in grade.
Right.
We are challenged throughout the entire streetscape project by ADA compliance
Right.
issues. So one of the things that had to be put back in this corner property around Pizza Station is a retaining wall to be able to segregate the grades. The other thing that's going to happen is, so that was actually an item that was in the contract initially, so we had a unit price for it. So that's actually going to be a unit price overrun. We originally thought there was gonna be maybe 2 sitting walls, now there's going to be a third. But it's still higher than the price we originally thought the contract was going to be. The other thing that's being added to this is something called trench drains. And they're drains that are actually in the sidewalk, again, so that we can maintain the grade and we can pitch the drainage away from the building. There's problems with the drainage around Pizza Station now. If you notice when you walk into the building, you actually walk down, and so they get flooding. The problem is that when we remove the sidewalk and we put it back, we own all those problems. So we have to put back sidewalks that are ADA compliant and have the proper grades to them. So that required the sitting wall and also the trench drains. So this change order will allow ELQ to take and remove the sidewalks along Pizza Station and proceed with the work that they've been doing along South Greeley Avenue.
And this area,
Route two.
refresh my memory, this is public seating, right? It's not owned by Pizza Station. That, all that seating there with the tables, you know, that's currently there, that's public. Correct?
I'm not familiar with the property lines there, so I don't know the answer to that
I don't
question.
Because
the
if it's
answer.
private, then we need to seek reimbursement, don't we?
No, we have a, we
Well, you
have
have a consent and release to do
consent
that,
and release to do the property.
but that would then make it open to the public, so we can certainly clarify the property lines. But I
Right.
believe under the terms of the consent and release, it then becomes a public improvement.
I mean, it's their tables, we don't put tables out there.
No, not the tables,
Yeah.
but
We are building them a
technically-
very nice patio.
Right,
Yes.
right, that's the point.
I thought it
But
was
then
their
it's- then it's-
patio, I thought it was their
Th-
property line.
Then it's a but if we're doing this work, then it becomes, I think, a public space,
But
otherwise
how
we're
exactly
doing
does
work
that
on
work,
private
Nick?
property.
I'd have to look at the details, we'd have to get the property line and see the scope of the consent and release and then understand the nature of the improvements. We've not looked at this before. So I don't-
Marion Place is also on their property, just to let you know.
Right.
That whole improvement there is all on Mr. Dulce's property.
But that's, I mean, that's certainly public, I mean, anyone goes and sits there.
Yeah, and I think anybody can sit at the pizza station tables,
Yeah, I
and I
just
think
wanna
they
Maybe
do.
we should confirm that also, just.
Confirm that.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get Bob Cioli and.
So you estimate whether you can recoup money through renting the space to the property owner?
No, just have to
It may
leave
be
you have to
their
leave it open.
space, let's just get that clarified.
I believe it's their space, and
So really, in essence, we're doing capital improvements.
we are doing capital improvements all through town, this is not the only property. So in front of Bank of America, those steps are gonna be replaced, in front of Whispering Pines, those steps are gonna be replaced, where Boswell's property is, those steps are gonna be replaced. Waka is going to get a full new set of steps and a full new retaining wall, all on us. Because once you touch the sidewalk, we must bring it into ADA compliance. It's along a New York State route, we don't have an option on that. So our entire streetscape is challenged by this, and there will be improvements throughout the town.
Well, I understand the sidewalk and I understand the grading. It's an expensive upgrade, very expensive upgrade. Is there another engineering solution rather than a trench drain? I don't think everybody else's upgrades come to that, do it?
Some of them, in front of Walker, yes, very much so,
Yeah, that's a huge lift.
that's tremendous, yeah. The trench drains, and this is not the only place where we're gonna have trench drains.
So are there any other similar situations that have not been
Oh, there will,
accounted
yeah,
for?
there will be, we know of them, the drawings are coming, the change orders are coming. There are 3 sets of stoops, Bank of America, Whispering Pines, and the Boswell property, those 3 stoops. Waka, in front of,
Those are change orders coming?
yes. Yes. Absolutely, we haven't gotten them yet, but yes.
Well,
We knew they were coming.
Right, so then why wouldn't, if we knew they were coming, we didn't know they
We
were
don't
coming?
have numbers yet for them. We know, we put in, Rob Deary put in estimates, we knew that there were 3 separate areas that are identified.
One from 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, has it been updated since?
So, but refresh my recollection, do we know it was coming back when we first started this project?
Actually, maybe. I'll give you the latest one.
When did we figure out that was coming?
What, the change orders?
Yeah.
Um,
In other words, my question, and it goes back a long time.
Yeah.
When we first bid out the project,
oh, we didn't know that there would be change orders then.
but why wouldn't we have known that all of that needed to be changed?
Because there
New York State requires
there
it.
are adjustments that have to be made in the field, with surveying.
But didn't we know, that we're taking, once we touch, for lack of a better term, the sidewalks and improve them, that we're gonna have to do the steps and stairways all along the ones you just mentioned? Bank of America, Whispering Pines,
Yes,
Waka.
those they absolutely should have known what they were, yes.
So then what, are they, this is their,
You could ask WSP.
yeah, this is their livelihood, this is their career, this is their specialty, this is their expertise. They did not recognize that this was going to be an issue? That's shocking.
Well, it's part of the claim.
And that's shockingly incompetent.
Right.
Because
So
you
you'll-
can't, I'm a
before
lawyer,
approving
I
this,
know
you'll
what I
get
know,
back
I know what I don't know. I know.
Clarity on
Well,
the,
if you remember
Yeah,
the
that-
comments
that
we
note
got
on
back,
this,
when we first submitted the contract or whatever we submitted, the plans to the state, we got back, 168 comments, and a lot of them had to do with ADA issues.
Yep.
Right.
It was crazy. And these are just other ADA issues.
Where else is ELQ doing,
WSP.
WSP, where else are they doing work now?
Oh, they were below.
huge, they're global.
Right, right.
I mean, talking locally,
They
they,
I
did the
don't
second
know
Avenue
where else
subway. Don't get on that subway. I'm just kidding. Joke.
I mean, it's
That
really,
Newcastle town
it's
resident
disappointing,
was
it's
the,
disgusting.
Was the, what's it called, the engineer
So-
for designing that subway
so
tunnel? Phil
This
Riggs.
this change order is
Born here.
$200,000, right?
Um,
Am I reading it right?
138.
130 plus 71, am I mistaken?
Well, 71 is within the 138.
it's within.
Okay, so it's a $138,000 change order. I think we could be talking multiple six figures by the time we're done with these change orders,
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
6 figures.
Yes.
No, I
Think about
understand
it,
that, but we have things that they totally dropped the ball on, that despite their expertise and talent and professionals, and doing this for decades,
Yeah, I
Alright.
think we had put in $200 to $300,000 for the.
Well, unfortunately,
it
unfortunately.
is what it is, it has to be done, but it's,
Well, you can talk about
It needs to be
executive session,
accountability.
but at the end of the day, it comes down to the people that are assigned to your project. I mean, they're a big company, but they're made up of human beings, and it comes down to who's assigned to your project.
So if you actually look on the subtotal, Ivy's correct, the 71 is the subtotal, that's the trench drains. The seating wall is the 66, the total is the 138, 291. So it's slightly better than what you thought it was.
instead of 2 black eyes, it's just one.
On a
Exactly
on a
correct.
positive note, I was hearing
I saved a
some-
lot of my car insurance.
I was
so
hearing
I-
some of the plans for the taco and tequila place. It actually sounds pretty cool. They're gonna have like the front of it is
What's
gonna.
not going to kill?
Where the Dunkin' Donuts is. There's gonna be, there's a taco
Oh,
tequila
there
place
is?
coming, yeah.
There's a taco and tequila place that's going in next to the UPS store too, in Mount Kisco.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
I saw taco, I
But,
didn't know the tequila part.
That place is gonna have a hard to, I mean, they got Chipotle coming too, but taco and tequila is different. But they're gonna have a window apparently that opens up to the front. And people can go to the window, almost like a boardwalk
Get
type of
shots?
thing, and get stuff and bring it over to those tables that we're talking
Will
about.
they be open after top board meetings, for example?
Before,
And bring it up,
Only after.
and bring it over to this seating area that we're talking about, which is, keep in mind, the pizza
That's
station
nice.
guys are the
Yeah.
guys that are on the taco and tequila
That's
place,
nice.
and they're gonna share the seating. So it's gonna be nice.
so we can forget about $138,000.
I'm just saying, it's gonna be a nice area.
Say, you drink enough tequila, you'll
It's
forget
gonna be well,
about it.
it's gonna be well used.
It's just frustrating, but we can discuss about
Alright, are we
ramifications and-
such a lawsuit against us?
we can discuss.
Next is the authorization to attend conference from the police.
I don't know if we can afford it anymore.
Motion.
Speaking of boardwalks.
No, I think we're gonna do it.
We just clarify that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to bring that up.
Okay.
And payment of claims resolution, and then we've got a couple of resolutions to approve for this evening. Okay?
Great. I approve, pardon me, I
Which one
don't
is that?
approve, I apologize. I move to approve, big difference, I am.
Alright, get out with it. Keep it moving.
Wow.
Payment of claims
This guy
in
who
the
can't figure out how to be a
amount
notary.
of, simmer down. In the amount of $144,220.15, listen to the summary pre-check writing report in detail voucher detail report each prepared on April 2nd of this glorious year. Checks will be issued and mailed to each claimant listed on Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019.
All in favor?
Aye. I move to approve posting position of MEO, that's M like Michael, E like Eric, O like Oliver, in the Public Works Department.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to approve, I do too. I move to approve a contract with the County of Westchester for Stop DWI program, in the amount of $10,000.
Second.
All in favor?
I move to approve the following change orders, as we discussed.
No, we're
No,
not.
we're not moving that today? Oh, we are?
Yeah,
Are we?
Yeah, we have to, we have a choice, it has to be
It's up to you,
done.
there was some discussion about getting clarification,
Yeah, we
so
have to
you gotta do it, then
do it though. I mean, I'm
We
happy
have
to
to
bring
do it.
back
We
Well,
have to get this approved, we
Yeah.
need them to be able to start the work there. Because we want that work to conclude before the Memorial Day parade.
I understand, but
I mean,
can
but
you still
it's-
give us clarification, because if this is just the first,
Yeah,
I don't,
absolutely.
Lord knows how many
One
change
is not,
orders.
unfortunately, it's gonna have to happen, so whether it's one of 5 or one of 4, it is what it is.
Yes.
And that's something we have to deal with internally in executive session about what the consequences are for their malfeasance and ineptness. I move to approve the following change orders for ADA redesign and drainage improvements at 78 South Greeley Avenue in the amount of $138,000, big difference, $251.70.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
I'm abstaining.
Alright, next, who's on the next list of?
Fence,
Yeah. I move to authorize the award of the contract to WBE Fence Company, Inc. of Brewster, New York for the installation of a 4-foot chain link fence with a 6-foot section along the North County Trail, as well as a double drive gate and a walking gate, and removal and disposal of the existing fence for a cost of $25,130.
Second.
Good job, Lisa.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm voting against this.
Lisa's on the fence.
I think we should
She actually voted no.
No, she's not.
She was, I said she was on the fence, but she voted
the
no.
abstaining stuff.
Okay.
I still thought we should have just fenced around the pond, which would have been a lot cheaper than the whole thing.
Well,
Since
so
they're
we-
fencing
we-
their,
yeah, so we
since
did-
they're
we did go
fencing
out-
their beds.
We did go out
And the
and
North
figure it
County.
out.
we
Good with
didn't
the
fence
North
their
County.
beds, we,
No, they
No, I
fenced
know,
their
since
beds.
they're fencing their beds, I
We
thought
should
we
just
only needed
fence
to
the
just
pond.
fence around the pond, which would
Yeah.
have been significantly cheaper.
We did go take a look at that as an option, and we felt that because of the extent of the rest of the property and the condition of the existing sort of crumbling fence, that it was both safer and made us a good neighbor to do the entire thing.
It's gonna look nice.
That's what's.
I'm not trying to change your mind.
Aesthetically,
No, I just
aesthetically
think
too.
it's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Fences
vote
are
on that?
expensive.
Yeah, we voted.
Yeah, we voted.
next one?
Fences make good neighbors.
That's it.
You gotta be good neighbors.
Are we on the motion to adjourn side?
We are.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I abstain.
All in favor?